You're watching the Western Athletic Conference here on ESPN. Tonight it's the Big Sky Conference, visiting the big country of Abilene, Texas here at Moody Coliseum. It's the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks visiting the ACU Wildcats. As we welcome you courtside here, Andy Penny alongside Owen Simpson here at Moody Coliseum on the beautiful campus of ACU. The Wildcats last week in Western Athletic Conference play. They step back out for the remainder of December. And Owen, it's another great opponent here coming off their best game of the year in Northern Arizona, 20-point win versus Pacific.
Yeah, both teams, great non-conference competition before conference play even arrives. The coaches love that, but on the other side, it's a lot of grit showing on who can really come out on top. A great test for both these teams tonight.
Again, NAU, a 20-point win versus Pacific. It was Trent McLaughlin, a career-high 28 points. He's the leader for NAU. For ACU, the floor general, we like to call him Cameron Steele.
Yeah, McLaughlin has been a bright spot for this team that has struggled to shoot the ball from deep. He was 5 for 6 from distance in their big win on Saturday. That's something that ACU's going to have to keep an eye on, as well as that deep three-point shot. And for Cameron Steele, looking to get back on track, has struggled to shoot the basketball. Head coach Brett Tanner says that is a key emphasis coming into tonight's game.
Should be a great 40 minutes of basketball courtside. Speaking of courtside, we go to the third member of our broadcast crew tonight. We send it to Jaden West. Jaden?
Thanks, guys. The start to this basketball season has been one full of travel for this NAU team. Tonight is the 9th game of the season and 8th on the road. The team has already traveled over 17,000 miles this season, spanning all the way from Hawaii to Connecticut. But they got to have their home opener last weekend, in which they grabbed a 20-point victory over the Pacific Tigers. The players said it's tough traveling all over the country and having to adjust to different time zones, but getting home to the Sky Dome to play and get a win in front of the home crowd made them really appreciate the fans and the people in the city of Flagstaff. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Jaden. Yeah, it's a team. They've already been on the Eastern time zone in Yukon. They've already been to the great state of Hawaii and now Northern Arizona after their first home game of the season, the win versus Pacific in the great state of Texas. A 2-game trip. They'll make their way to San Antonio and Incarnate Word later in the week. This weekend they will be down in San Antonio. On the road, Northern Arizona just 1-4 away from home, but it's an ACU team that's 0-2 here on the home floor. Both teams come in with an identical record of 3-5. These two teams played a year ago, and similar styles, though, and I think we'll see a lot of half-court play from both teams, a lot of up and down from both teams. Defensively, they're both very stout, too.
Yeah, really similar on the defensive side. ECU loves forcing those turnovers, but it's a common balance between being aggressive and not rotating off too much, where you leave a couple players open, give them some key shots. Both of these teams defend that three-pointer really well, but it's been inside the interior defense that has proved costly, both allowing teams to shoot around 45% this season. So we'll see which defense proves strongest in this first half.
These two teams again played last year out in Flagstaff. ACU the better of Northern Arizona from a year ago. The final 92-82. ACU had 6 different players in double figures last year in the win versus NAU. Manny Allen led the way with 16. Oh, and before we tip off, let's look at our keys to victory tonight, keys to the game for both teams.
Yeah, we can talk about this matchup back and forth, how similar they are, but for the keys to the game on Northern Arizona, you've got to keep an eye on their shooters from deep, in particular Trent McLaughlin, who is coming off a great performance. We talked about it, 5 made threes, 5 for 6 in their big Saturday win. They also have a lot of length inside defensively. Now on the other side for ACU, it's about containing those three-point shots, and we also talked about beating Cameron Steele inside the paint. See how it gets started. An ACU team riding a 3-game losing streak at home, trying to get back on track before conference play begins.
This is the second of 4 consecutive games here on the home floor for ACU. Again, Northern Arizona starts with 9 of their first 10 on the road. ACU in the home whites. They move right to left and had the first offensive possessions. We'll get you the starters here on the floor. It's just 10 down on the shot clock. Hunter Jack Madden, his first 3 of the night. A little too long and no good. Hunter Jack averaging 12.4 a game. There's a look at the NAU starters. Jackson, Fort, Campesiano, Lloyd, and McLaughlin. Campesano, my apologies. And the ACU starters, McLean, Steele, Madden, Simmons, and Deba. First look of the night up no good from the corner, but a putback on the offensive glass. 2 points, first two for NAU.
That's the rebound battle that Coach Tanner was talking about when we spoke with him earlier, coming off an SFA game where they struggled. And particularly in that category, hate to give up second chance opportunities early.
Simmons a three, same spot that Madden took one, same result on the back iron. And both teams 3-5 the overall record. ACU at 69 points a game. Northern Arizona at 64. So we anticipate a mid to high 60s, right at the 70-point mark type of contest tonight. Here's McLaughlin, ball in his hands. Works one-on-one with Madden. Good looking shot. Trent McLaughlin coming off his career high 28 points. He's got his first two here tonight. First four for the Lumberjacks.
Looks in rhythm too. Sharp shooting effort on Saturday. Looking to continue his hot streak in December.
Simmons puts the ball on the floor, loses it, and our first whistle and our first out of bounds. I believe Northern Arizona out of bounds. Possession will stay here with the Wildcats. Three-man officiating crew tonight. Tommy Johnson, Jeff Mollum, and Justin Albrecht. Shot clock reset back down to 16. No possession there for the Lumberjacks, so shot clock back to 16. Deba, the leading scorer, his first shot tonight, a three from the corner. Wildcats cold from the perimeter here, 0-0 for 3 out of the shoots. 3 possessions, 3 3-point shots. All come up empty. Great backdoor cut. Shot up, shot good. Campuzano has the bucket. Brett Tanner, a quick timeout. First 6 go the way of the visiting team tonight.
And a great pass by Jaden Jackson right inside. The passing has been smooth on offense. ACU has looked very one-dimensional on offense. Both, or I should say all 3 shots coming from beyond the perimeter. Northern Arizona is picking apart ACU's defense, especially inside the paint.
A quick Brett Tanner timeout. Try to get things readjusted. And we'll see our first substitutions out of the timeout as well as Mashai Hill, the 6'9 freshman, has come on the floor. Brett Tanner did tell us we might see limited minutes tonight for Arion Simmons, Ali Deba. Aiden Igiehan also a little bummed up, all 3 of those. Said we might see limited minutes from those guys, so we might see more minutes from guys like Mashai Hill. Madden with the dribble, 10 on the shot clock. Hill a catch on the left block. Baby hook with the left hand, left it short.
Like the aggressiveness, trying to force it inside, but the Lumberjacks doing a great job defensively.
Oakland Fort gets it inside. Campuzano floating shot, left that one short. Madden and Deba, the only 2 for the Wildcats that have started now all 9 games. Deba on a drive, well off the mark. And possession will stay here with the home team. There's a look at Brett Tanner in his 3rd season with the Wildcats. 41-33 overall record. He's been with the Wildcats for 11 years, of course, with longtime head coach Joe Golding.
And this year, talking about how this is a roster that hasn't been with ACU very long. You don't have a whole lot of experience wearing the purple and white. Takes a little bit of time to build a program back on track after a great run back in 2021, a first NCAA tournament victory, and now trying to reset and rebuild.
And he'll go versus Shane Burkar tonight, his 5th season at NAU, 46-81, the overall record. He's a Youper there from Hancock, Michigan. He talked about that. He's decorated high school coach there in Arizona. He went straight from high school to the Division I level at NAU. That's something impressive. Now in his 5th season with the Lumberjacks. As Madden's on the board again, 12.5 a game. Struggled Saturday versus SFA, just 5 points, 0 for 8 from the field, scored all 5 from the free throw line. And he does the same here. First 2 on the board for ACU from the charity stripe. Kavion McLean, the start at the point guard. He Guards Oakland Fort. Fort with it on the left side as JV Seat also on the floor for the Wildcats for the first time. High-low pass. Jackson, great position and a finish.
There's so much off-ball movement from Northern Arizona, keeping ACU's defense on their toes, creating an open shot inside as well. Great job, and now forcing a steal on defense.
Steal and transition, giving it off McLaughlin. Contact and a foul call. As the steal by Jackson leads the break.
That's something as well, protecting the basketball that is going to be key for both of these teams. ACU loves to force turnovers, but protecting the basketball has also been a little bit of an issue early on in this season.
And we'll see substitutions on the floor. Nasir DeGru, the sophomore, he's on the floor for the first time. Also CJ Ford for the Lumberjacks. Carson Basham also on the floor for NAU. Liam Lloyd with the dribble right side. He'll get a screen. Now back to the right, finds a seam, layup with the right hand, left it short. And Seat has the board. Chance to run here for the Wildcats. Steal, skip pass to DeGru. 15-footer around the rim, no good. Still ice cold out of the shoots, 0 for 6. NAU in the top 10 in the country in three-point percentage defended. And that stat holds true. ACU 0 for 3 from deep, 0 for 6 from the field to start. It's a good start for the visitors tonight. They've got a 6-point lead here early in Abilene.
Fans at this time, as you welcome to the court, your ACU.
That's an 8-2 Northern Arizona lead out of the shoot. 4 for 7 from the field. Wildcats thus far 0 for 6. Andy Finney alongside Owen Simpson. And Owen, good start for the visitors tonight.
Yeah, the Lumberjacks doing a great job defensively, and then on offense, they're enjoying patience. But this time, ACU coming out of a timeout with a great response.
Manny Allen will throw one down. The senior just on the floor from Phoenix. The guy from Arizona taking on this team from Flagstaff. The steal and the slam. That was huge for ACU the other night. 29 forced turnovers versus SFA. Brett Tanner was very pleased with the defensive effort. 5 on the shot clock and a late whistle and a foul. With CJ Ford a little out of control, but DeGru runs him over from the back.
Yeah, that's really ACU's identity, though, is the physicality on defense. A team averaging over 8 steals a game early this season. It's a catalyst turning defense into offense for ACU.
But Brett Tanner was not happy with that call. He thought it was a bailout call. He's inside, offensive rebound, put up by Basham, left it short, gets his own. He'll go to the charity stripe. 2 offensive rebounds on the possession. Lloyd the first, Basham the second.
And that's a category that Northern Arizona has just been dominating. We talked about this before coming on tonight, Andy, saying that both of these teams have really struggled to out-rebound their opponents. Right now, it's all Northern Arizona winning at 8-2.
Basham, the transfer from Pepperdine. Arizona product out of Phoenix, coming off his career high, 16 versus Pacific. Campuzano right back in. Ryan Abelman also in. 6'3" sophomore is on the floor. 3 double-figure games this year for Basham. And gets both here. 10-4 Lumberjacks, 5 minutes deep. Simmons also back on the floor here for the Wildcats. And Aiden Igiehan has checked in. Allen finds Simmons, a look at a 3. His second try tonight, and he buries this one. Arion shoots it well from deep, 38.5%. His 11th make from deep this year.
It seemed as if ACU was really trying to hunt for that 3-point shot, missing their first 3. Big confidence boost for the team.
And turnover here, CJ Ford traveled with the basketball. Jab step to the right, shuffled the left foot. Here's another look at the big guy, Arion from deep.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation, but the right decision. Sometimes you don't need to make that extra pass. It is right there for you. You don't want any hesitancy from Arion Simmons, who can shoot that 3 ball pretty well.
It's Allen on the drive, lost his footing. Fouled by Ford. And even with the slow start here, the Wildcats back within 1 possession.
And it's all about forcing those turnovers as well. Coming out of the media timeout, ACU has looked a lot better defensively, more pressure, and a couple of steals as well.
Madden on the baseline, misses. Second chance, Deba left it short. Igiehan up offensive rebound. His putback no good. Third opportunity, Deba, he's fouled on the floor. And the first 30-second timeout and the media timeout, I'm sure Brett Tanner's conversation was about, we've got to crank this thing up hustle-wise.
Yeah, the rebounding, they were losing that battle significantly, giving up open opportunities inside the paint. And now on offense, you're seeing more aggressiveness, jumping up for the rebound and try and get some second and even third chance opportunities. That's how you get back in the game, responding.
That foul on McLaughlin. Check that, Basham, his first. 3rd foul on the Lumberjacks. Cameron Steele will try to tie us up. He's off the rim and no good. Ford a chance to run, 4 on 3. And another turnover, Cameron Steele, the steal. Appropriate last name. Turnover number 4 for the Lumberjacks. And now foul number 4 on the inside.
That was a nice feed by Cameron Steele at the top of the key. Get it inside the Bettiol. You don't get the points, but again, it's the aggressiveness on offense to try to ultimately draw the foul.
You see Bettiol there, the 6'8" sophomore, coming off his season high 9 points versus Stephen F. Austin on the weekend. Trying to get Hunter Jack going offensively. He'll give to Deba. 12 on the shot clock. Steele with a look. Floating shot too strong and no good.
They're the right shots. They're getting it where they need it, just not falling. 2 for 13 to start this game.
Another deflected pass. Jackson with a spin from 10. Got it up and good.
What a move from Jackson. A little turnaround fade. AC will take those shots, but the Lumberjacks right back in rhythm on offense.
Jackson at 10 points a game, already with 4 here early. 4 double-figure games out of the first 8. Back to a 5-point lead. Steal another 3 on the way off the rim again. And here come the Lumberjacks again. Boy, Cameron just can't get going offensively, at least in the points production. He does everything else so well. He's the floor leader that Brett Tanner says, best communicator on the team. Can't find the center of the rim right now.
Yeah, you mentioned that vocal leader for ACU. Shots just not falling 0 for 3 to start. He's had open opportunities, but his defense making up for it in big proportions.
Timeout on the floor, 11:50 left in our first half of play. Northern Arizona jumped out to the early 6-point lead. It stands at 5 here as we go under 12. Well, defense been name of the game thus far. Shooting percentage is nothing to really look at. Although Northern Arizona 5 of 11 out of the shoots, 45%. Wildcats 0 for their last 6, just 2 for 14 from the field. Just a 5-point spread though as we go under 12 minutes.
For Northern Arizona, it's really about protecting the basketball at this point in time. 4 turnovers, 3 in the last several minutes. And ACU, it's just sooner or later, you're going to get out of a cold streak. You're making right passes, great opportunities. The shot just won't fall.
Jaden Jackson already 6 points, 5 rebounds. Great backdoor cut. The assist to Fort, the finish by Campuzano. What great finish on the inside.
And Cameron Steele even got a hand on it too, but just not enough in time. Great read, great pass.
Well,
Northern Arizona in full control.
You mentioned it, Owen. It's the cuts away from the basketball that have really proved beneficial. As Debo hit a 3, top of the key. Just Deva's 4th 3 of the year. Second make by the Wildcats from deep.
And so desperately needed to finally something falls. 0 of their last 7 before that big 3-point shot. And again, Northern Arizona, they've left ACU fairly open, especially at the top of the key. The shot just hasn't been falling very much.
Not even a closeout there. Jackson had a look to close out, but decided not to. Diva's out. JV Seat back in. Kavion McClain also is checked back in. Three in the right corner, too strong. No good that time by Lloyd. Wildcats will push. Seat will drive the baseline. Shot fake, shot up, rolls around, falls out. Foul though. And free throws coming here for the Wildcats.
And that's Jackson's 2nd foul.
Now call to number 3, Jaden Jackson.
Something to keep an eye on the rest of the first half. And there's the aggression that Coach Tanner really didn't see in the first few minutes of this first half. Wildcats looking a little bit more comfortable now inside the paint.
JV seat, the 6'3" sophomore, Edmond, Oklahoma. Played a season high 19 minutes last week versus UT Arlington. 9 points that night in Arlington. Iggy Ahon is back in. Jackson comes off the floor with those 2 fouls, 6 points, 5 rebounds, but also the 2 fouls. Basham a quick breather back on the floor. What? Bad pass stolen away by Seat. Up strong, got it in a foul. Chance for a 3-point play. Boy, give a lot of credit here. Kavion McLean playing great defense up top. Forced the bad pass by Fort. Seat steps right in the passing lane, gets the steal.
Yeah, really limited his vision on the court side pass, and Seat could get the first one to fall on the last possession. This time, a little bit stronger. Now an opportunity for a 3-point play.
And the Wildcats, who are 4 for 16 from the field, have tied the basketball game up at 14. NAU the first 6 tonight. They played with the lead until now, tied at 14. Basham backdoor cut, McLaughlin, nice cut. Kick out 3, Lloyd, too strong and no good. And now a chance to take the lead. Seat up the floor and a blocking foul call. Ford went for the charge, didn't get the call as Seat ran him over. And I believe that's team foul number 7, Owen, already. JV Seat back to the line.
And that's Ford's second foul as well, so a little bit of foul trouble that the Lumberjacks have had to endure in the first 10 minutes.
It is 1-and-1 situation for JVC. Seat just 5 for 9 from the charity stripe. But this already is 5th free throw tonight. Rolls out 3 for 5 from the line tonight. Wildcats their first lead halfway through the first half.
This is a really important stretch for the Lumberjacks. Keeping Ford in, Jackson out. They need to find somebody.
Lloyd 3 left side, too strong and no good. And now it feels like a little rhythm here for the home team. It's all the way to the basket, Kavion McLean. Brett Tanner talks about have to have consistent play at the point guard spot. We've seen McLean and DeGrew both at that spot. And now a block. I believe a goaltending call. Boy, Iggy Ahon thought he had one. As McLaughlin got to the rim, Iggy Ahon blocked it away, but a goaltend call.
Yeah, Tanner won't be mad with it. He likes to see Iggy Ahon finally elevate, make a big man play.
Wildcats have hit their last 3 field goal attempts. A whistle and 3-second violation call. Iggy Ahon fighting for position, calling for the basketball, just couldn't get it.
Yeah, a couple missed opportunities now for ACU. Again, a really important stretch with Jackson with 2 fouls and Ford with 2 as well.
Ford gets a step back, missed the shot. Boy, looked good with the dribble, just couldn't finish on the outside.
Yeah, you can't get more open than that.
Simmons with a mismatch. Blocked by Basham.
That's great help defense, crashing inside to help out your teammate, and leads to 2 points.
And right back comes Ford with the bucket. Ford stayed on the floor. Coach Burkar left him on the floor with those 2 fouls. Gets his first 2 points of the night. Iggy Ahon trying to answer. Back and forth we go. Basham pass deflected, gets it right back. Backdoor cut. Layup up, no good from Abelman. Allen will look at a 3, left side. Got it. Manny Manny Allen's got 5 here in the first half.
And he's only played a few minutes as well, taking full advantage of his time out on the court. ACU rewarded with a triple.
Allen, the team leader in scoring a year ago at 10.8. He struggled in the scoring category this year, just averaging 5. There's a pass, too tall, another turnover by the Lumberjacks. They're 8 in the first half. The Wildcats starting to heat up from the field. Manny Allen's got 5 of the ACU 20. Wildcats lead by 2. ACU a 2-point lead here at 7:40 mark in the first half. Hey, let's send it courtside to Jaden West. Jaden?
Hey guys, one thing that ACU men's basketball feels that they do different in comparison to other programs is their emphasis on forced turnovers. If you look at the sign on the railing below the student section, you see a counter that counts that exact stat for students during the game. One thing that they feel is so important about this is the emphasis on the game. So the Wildcats defense was at its best in 2021 when they led the nation, averaging 21 first turnovers per game. After forcing a season-high 29 turnovers last game, you should look for turnovers to continue to be a big factor in tonight's game. Thank you guys, back to you.
Thanks, Jaden. Yeah, that's a full-time job for those ladies standing right behind that railing, flipping that sign as much as they did. Yeah, 29 of them on Saturday versus SFA. Brett Tanner talks about, he thought Saturday versus SFA was the Wildcats' best performance of the year. And he said, we lost. Yeah, but that was our best performance of the year.
And that's the beauty of basketball in November, December. The team's getting an opportunity to really try and mesh together, find a system that works best for them. It may not have the best outcome early in the season, but you hope it translates to more wins in January and February.
This ball out of bounds and back to the Lumberjacks. Yeah, he was very open with us in our conversation yesterday about we're trusting a process, because we asked the question, you know, playing 2 conference games so early, and he admitted, he goes, I didn't hype those games as much as maybe I should have because I wanted to trust the process. If I could go back, I'd probably hype them a little bit more, but however, SFA is such a rivalry game now, I didn't have to worry about that, as there's a shot on the baseline by Liam Lloyd. Nonetheless, trusting the process. I think both of these teams are doing this. Coach Burkar would tell us something similar for his Lumberjacks. Coming off their best performance of the year, he was very pleased with their 40 minutes versus Pacific. As another turnover, McLaughlin all the way to the rim, blocked on the glass. Foul is called, and they'll also check for another goaltend. Had one a moment ago, and yes, another goaltend, a chance for a 3-point play for Trent McLaughlin.
ACU's done a great job at protecting the basketball, and now over the past couple minutes, getting a little dangerous on offense, maybe forcing some passes, and now it's leading to some points off turnovers, and it looks like the right call there as well.
Yeah, DeGrew with the block, but once the ball hits the glass and starts to make its way down, you have to leave it alone, and DeGrew blocked it once it had hit the glass. The officials will take a look Actually, during our last media timeout, they took a look at the first goaltend and did confirm it was a goaltend. They'll take another look at this one, but I do think this one will stand. But yeah, you can see Coach Burkhardt and the Lumberjacks again coming off their 20-point win versus Pacific, 78-58. And Coach said, I think that's the best 40 minutes we played in a long time. And the stats would tell you the same thing. They shot 52% from the field, 12 for 23 from three. Three-point shooting is not their MO. They shoot less than 30% on the season, but 12 for 23 on the weekend.
And we've seen how aggressive they are trying to get inside, just like we saw here on the fast break. Right now with the Lumberjacks, you got 12 points in the paint already. 12 of your 22, that is the team's MO, and it's paid off for them as well. There's been a lot of close games for them, but you know, that's something that they hope to build on. Find the three-point shot eventually, because they do have some sharp shooters. That shot just hasn't been falling as of late.
And on the road, this is their 9th game of the year. 8 of 9 have been away from home. They make their way to Incarnate Word this weekend, so 9 of their first 10 on the road. It's a 2-game Texas swing. Started the year at UConn, played the defending national champions right out of the chute. But Coach Burkhardt was open about that. They lost to UConn 95-52, but he said, hey, we were there. We were the only team in the country that was there to witness the banner raising ceremony along with the Huskies. And he said, we watched it. We sat on the bench. We watched it because I want my team to experience that. And the way you feel that is, at least for now, is through somebody else. But if you're going to win a championship and experience that, go ahead and feel that emotion. Give yourself a little bit of extra motivation. He was very pleased with the outcome of that trip to Connecticut, just to feel that through the celebration of UConn's national championship.
And right after that, the competition again, staying right on par, facing Grand Canyon, a team coming off their first top 25 win in program history. This is what's important for a lot of these mid-major teams, is facing the tough competition early, because it gets you ready for conference play. Gotta love how coaches put together this schedule.
So the goaltending was reversed. It was not a goaltend. The first deflection of the basketball came before the ball hit the glass. DeGrew then hit it a second time. So 2 free throws for McLaughlin. He hits the first and the second. And he is picking up right where he left off. After 28 on Saturday, he's got 8 here in the first half. The leading scorer for the Lumberjacks and for both teams. It's DeGrew with a drive, give and go from Bettiol. Left it too strong off the glass.
Yeah, a little bit of a forced shot, a little too quick. They have time. They need to be more patient. ACU just trying to get right back on top quickly.
Into the corner. Campazano too strong on a 3. DeGrew trying to work with Bettiol. He'll drive all the way to the basket. Kick out Allen. Second 3 of the night. Left that one short. Bettiol rebound. He's fouled. Good position on the inside. Armand Mahdi just checked in. Gets his first foul.
That's where ACU has most success, when they're making that extra pass. And when Bettiol's in the game, he has a big role. Rebound for a team that struggles to rebound. His size, that's something that Tanner is really relying on this season, to provide some key minutes when the starters take a rest.
Bettiol's a guy who's been dealing with some nagging injuries here in the early portion of the season. It's just his 6th game and 9 played. It's the 6th one he's seen action in. But he is slowly getting back to full throttle, if you can do that once the season starts. But probably the most healthy he's been all season long. 2 for 2 at the line. We're back to even at 22. Yeah, you mentioned Grand Canyon. Yeah, beat San Diego State. They were the other national finalists. So. Great atmosphere in Phoenix. The students out there at GCU camped out from Sunday all the way to Tuesday night.
I think they were rewarded with a mighty fine court storm.
Absolutely. Great entry pass to Carson Basham. And NAU back on top. Basham a season high, career high, 16 again versus Pacific. Deba gives to Madden on a drive. Steal back to Deba. 8 on the shot clock. Ollie into the paint. Left it short, no good.
Good defense from the Lumberjacks, staying strong inside the paint.
McLaughlin a quick three, no good. Right back up off the glass. Jaden Jackson.
He has been all over the court. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Is battling though with those 2 personal fouls.
Simmons right back, short the first time. Up again, he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Jaden Jackson does not have a double-double this year.
He is well on his way though. 4 for 4 shooting as well. That's a dangerous spot to be inside with Arion Simmons. Using all of his strength and size and rewarded with 2 free throw opportunities.
6'5" senior out of Little Rock. His 132nd game in a Wildcat uniform. 60-second start.
For the Wildcats, number 22, Anthony.
And it's not the 6'5" that'll intimidate opponents, it's the 265. The muscle underneath the basket.
Yeah, Brett Tanner's talked about Arion getting back to the old Arion, which is driving to the basket. Hard to stop a train moving downhill. 2 for 2 at the line there. Arion's got 5. He, JVC, Manny Allen all with 5 to lead the way. McLaughlin a look at a 3, right corner. Got it! McLaughlin's in double figures. 7th consecutive game he's been in double figures. He's got 11.
And that's the first 3 as well for Northern Arizona. They were 0 for their first 7.
Iggy Ahan tries to answer, he can't. See, offensive rebound, but throws it away into the hands of Lloyd. Fort into the paint. Iggy Ahan contested and gets the defensive rebound.
Good defense from Seed as well, staying vertical when he goes up.
See Iggy Ahan on the floor, an offensive foul, and I think he just got caught. Yes, he did, and that's his 2nd. Timeout on the floor. Trent McLaughlin, he's hot, he's got 11. NAU's got a 5-point lead.
And we have a immediate timeout. As this month's department operating. Let's give a big round of applause to
29-24, Northern Arizona, the 5-point lead. Trent McLaughlin, 11 points in the first half, 4 of 6 shooting. Just made his first 3. And again, we touched on Jaden Jackson, who has 8.7 rebounds here in the first half. ACU is just 1 for their last 8 from the field. It's been the free throw line that's kept them in at 9 of 11. McLaughlin hard with the left hand. He's got 13.
And he's been so efficient as well, 5 for 7 shooting. Not trying to do anything extra, just staying comfortable with his strengths, taking it inside.
This now the largest lead of the night here at 7. I think McLaughlin scored about 7 or 8 in a row. Well, just found the driving lane, went all the way to the basket. Iki Ahan had to let him go with the 2 fouls.
Yeah, that's a good read. And if you hesitate, that lane closes. So great heads-up play by McLaughlin.
More free throws for the Wildcats. Again, this has been what's kept the Wildcats in the game, 10 of 12 at the line. I mean, 6 of 25 shooting.
Yeah, I mean, ACU, they haven't had a field goal in almost 5 minutes. This has been their only option, and you got to give credit to the Lumberjacks defense. Limiting opportunities, and when ACU's been open, they just can't seem to hit a shot.
Fort runs the show. McLaughlin again. Heat check. This one too strong. Offensive rebound. Rockwall Reynolds, but lost the basketball. Run out for the Wildcats. McLean right side will find Simmons the trailer. All the way to the rim. Got it up and in. Arion felt a mismatch with the freshman Reynolds. Attacked him on the left side.
And Simmons makes that look effortless. Going up quickly. Great job. Not even need to use the backboard either.
Wildcat leader, he's got 9. McLaughlin fouled from behind. Allen a little too aggressive. Manning trying to fight through a screen and not allow McLaughlin even to make the catch. Again, this is 7 in a row now for McLaughlin in double figures. 19, 14, 21, 14, 12. The career high 28 on the weekend. Already 13 here tonight.
And coach can only hope that he stays just as hot in conference play. A great start to his season.
6'6" junior. He's from Chandler, Arizona. He transferred back home. He was at Central Connecticut State. Played 31 games there as a freshman. Team leader in points, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, minutes per game, and steals. As good as advertised.
And his Achilles heel this season has been the free throw line, only 58% on the season, but 4 for 4 today.
5-point Lumberjack lead. Right back to Simmons in the paint.
Simmons wasn't even around the defender before the pass was made. That's how in sync they are with Arion Simmons inside the paint.
McLaughlin on a backdoor cut with the left hand. Trent McLaughlin with 17.
And a big height disadvantage too, going up against Bettiol, but found the angle so quick on the attack.
Simmons now 3, top of the key. It's off the rim and no good. McLaughlin wants it. He's calling for it at the half-court line. Lloyd right side, cut off by Allen. Fort, a look at a 3. Got it! Northern Arizona, their largest lead of the first half, 38-30. It's the skip pass. Fort left all alone on the backside.
Yeah, and you see it right there, the crash and the open opportunity. First points of the first half for Fort.
Northern Arizona just 2 for 10 from deep. When you look at these shooting percentages, 15 of 30 now for Northern Arizona, back to 50%. Wildcats 8 of 26. 3-point shooting has not been good for either team. Again, NAU in the top 10 defensively in the country. 3-point defensive percentage. Their opponents only shooting 25% from deep.
And right now for ACU, it's been about over pursuing on defense. That's something that head coach Brett Tanner talked about yesterday. Is we got to be careful not to go too aggressive, trying to force turnovers and leave someone open. They left Fort open in the corner. And Northern Arizona in rhythm on offense.
McLean right side. See if Hunter Jack Madden can get going offensively. Bettiol will get a touch on the left block. Goes up strong and got it in. His first field goal tonight, he's got 4.
A nice little hook over Reynolds. They got to keep pacing with Northern Arizona. They're feeling it.
Lloyd a 3 right side, front rim and no good. Liam Lloyd transfer from Grand Canyon, former teammate with ACU's Aiden Igiehan. Both played at GCU together. McLean a three, left side. And just like that, a 5-0 run has it back to a 3-point game.
That's only McLean's second three-pointer of the season. He struggled from deep, but they'll take it, especially when trailing at home and against the Lumberjacks, who have had a solid first half defending ACU.
Inside-out game. Betty all a touch, right back to McLean. McLean just his second three of the year, second three-pointer made of the year, but comes in an opportune time, Owen. I look at this first half and just think Northern Arizona has controlled the pace. They look good offensively. They've played great defense, and yet it's just a three-point game.
Yeah, ECU, they've been able to stay in it. We talked about with the free throws being a big reason. They've done a good job responding after timeouts. But Northern Arizona, you know, when you look at the statistical numbers, 48% shooting to ACU's 33%, they're not going to complain about that. You know, how they've played offensively, that's been their struggle early on in this first half of the season. The defense has had its moments. The offense has just been on a roll in the final 5-10 minutes of the first half.
38-35, ACU now 4 of their last 5 from the field. See if NAU tries to get a 2-for-1 possession here. 17 on the shot clock. McLaughlin to the baseline, into the far corner. Campazano no good, last touched on its way out. Possession will stay here with the Lumberjacks. They'll reset the shot clock to 20.
Northern Arizona getting a lot of second chance opportunities in this first half. Both of these teams often losing the rebound battle this season. Right now, Northern Arizona with a 23-16 advantage in that category.
Here's Fort with a screen, right side, in through the hands of the Lumberjacks. McLean by himself, up off the glass and good. Beautiful looking jump stop. Back to a 1-point game, last possession of the first half. Fort with a screen going left. Campazano three at the buzzer, doesn't get the roll, and that's how the first half comes to an end. A choppy first half, which felt like poor shooting, but 38-37, we're ahead of pace as far as number of points these teams average in the first half. And it's a 1-point game here at the halftime break. Northern Arizona 38, ACU 37. We'll send it courtside. Jaden West has head coach Brett Tanner. Jaden?
Hi, I'm here with Coach Tanner. Coach, what are your thoughts on that first half?
I'm not real happy, man. I don't think we played real inspired. They had more energy, enthusiasm than we did. They played harder. We talked for 2 days about their best player. We can't lose him. He's shooting the ball wherever he wants. He's getting it wherever he wants. If we play like that, we're going to lose the game. We've got to figure out how to come out with more energy, enthusiasm, and lock into our game plan.
So is that really your main focus coming out of the half?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, Jaden, we appreciate it. Thank you, Coach Tanner, for your time here at halftime. At the half, it's Northern Arizona 38, ACU 37. We'll step aside. We'll get you the first half the stats. This is Western Athletic Conference basketball on ESPN. 38-37. Northern Arizona, a 1-point lead here at the halftime break. Been good up and down play. Not the greatest of shooting in the first half for both teams, but still 38-37. A lot of points on the scoreboard. Andy Penny alongside Owen Simpson. And Owen, let's give some credit where credit is due. Trent McLaughlin coming off his career high 28. He picks up right where he left off, 17 here in the first half.
Well, he was quiet in the first 10 minutes, only 2 points, and then follows with 15 after that. And what we expected is it was going to be a lot from beyond the perimeter. Instead, it's attacking inside and finding a lot of opportunities inside the paint as well. 17 points on 6 for 9 shooting, is just finding every opportunity. And we talked to Coach Tanner. We saw that sideline going into halftime. He wasn't happy with how many open opportunities he had to the basket, something ACU will have to improve in the final 20.
Jaden Jackson started hot, had 8 points in the first half, 8 points, 7 rebounds, but McLaughlin a lot. You see Basham get to here for NAU as well. For ACU, Arion Simmons finally got hot. He scored 11 points. Kavion McLean had 7, and the bench played well. Deba and Madden not scoring. Deba just 3, Madden with 2, but the bench playing well. Of course, Arion getting his points too.
Yeah, Simmons has really had to step up, and it's not just the 11 points that impresses me, it's how he's getting those points. 4 for 4 from the free throw line, which indicates he is attacking inside the paint. That is his MO, that is his strength at 265. As we mentioned, tough to stop a moving train going downhill, and he's doing exactly that in the first half. A big reason ACU is only down 1 at halftime.
McLean, the three-pointer there, 7 points for him in the first half. Simmons had 11. The Wildcats 11 of 13 at the line. That's kept them in it here in the first 20 minutes. 20 minutes still to go at the half. It's Northern Arizona 38, ACU 37. Second half coming up here on ESPN. as we get ready for the start of the second half. 20 minutes back on the scoreboard. Northern Arizona, the 38-37 lead. Andy Penny alongside Owen Simpson. Glad you're with us tonight for basketball here on ESPN. McLaughlin again with 17 points in the first half. Jackson had 8, 4 for Basham, 4 for Campazano, 3 for Fort, 2 for Ford there in the first half. Simmons had 11 to lead the Wildcats. McLean was 7. Allen had 5. Seat had 5. Bettiol with 4. Deba with 3. Madden with 2. And Owen, if you had told me that Deba and Madden combined would have 5 points, we'd have a 1-point game, I don't know if I'd have believed you or not, but give credit to the rest of the ACU roster. But you heard Brett Tanner say it would have to slow down McLaughlin somehow in the second half. That's what Coach Tanner talked about, was the next man up mentality as well. We talked about the Wildcats being banged up as well coming into tonight's matchup. He didn't know who the starting 5 was going to be just 24 hours ago, but he knew that he had faith in his reserves to do the job, and they've done exactly that tonight. Lumberjacks get the opening possession here to start the second half. A little bit of foul trouble as Jackson has 3 for the Lumberjacks. Turnover here for NAU on their opening possession. So keep an eye with Jackson has 3, Ford has 2, Basham has 2 fouls. Yeah, a rare mistake tonight from Jackson, who's had such a great performance. 4 for 4 and 8 points, 7 rebounds and 2 assists. See if he can continue that in the final 20. Allen gets the call to start the second half. In front of Deba, who's not on the floor. Bettiol also in. McLean, 15-footer left side. Wildcats have the lead. McLean stays hot, 4 for 4. 9 points for the Wildcats. Really had struggled to score recently over the past several games. Always been a great passer, but now they're relying on him to get some points. McLaughlin pass, stolen by Allen, who saves it in. McLean now with the 9 points. That is his high in a Wildcat uniform. Allen front rim on a 3. Kavion had 8 versus SFA over the weekend. That was the most he had scored in a Wildcat uniform, but now 9 tonight. Step back, McLaughlin around the rim, falls out. Simmons to Madden, a look at a 3. Hunter Jack, front rim and no good. The cold shooting continues here for Madden, 0 for 3 tonight. McLaughlin works a 2-man game, layup up and good. Oakland Fort, the sophomore out of Phoenix. Back and forth we go. Great pass, last second too. Northern Arizona doing a great job pushing the tempo after a defensive stop. Simmons facing up at the free throw line. Gets a step, left it off the glass, no good. Wanted the call, no foul. And now Fort right back, misses, no good. Whistle though and a foul on this end. Back-to-back possessions here, Owen. Defensive transition has been the name of the game, and this time Oakland Fort to the free throw line. They know that's when their opportunity to strike is highest. The Wildcats have really struggled in that category throughout tonight, getting back in transition. It's where a lot of points from the Lumberjacks have fallen. Lumberjacks stay perfect at the charity stripes. Fort makes the first one. The sophomore out of Phoenix. Last year had a big-time buzzer beater, a 3-pointer to beat Eastern Washington in the Big Sky tournament. Lumberjacks got hot at the right time. They went to the Big Sky tournament as the 9 seed, made it all the way to the championship game before they lost to Montana State. A little bit of growth and momentum Coach Burkhardt talked about it going into the offseason with a great run there at the conference tournament. 4 in a row for Northern Arizona. Right back though to Cameron Steele, and a chance for a 3-point play. I love that design. Back up to the top with Bettiol. He sees a mismatch. Steele has an opportunity, and that has to feel great for Cameron Steele, who struggled in that first half. Finally gets a shot to fall, and now an opportunity for a 3-point play. Cam's first 2 points tonight. A versatile player. Brett Tanner calls him the floor general. Typically that's a point guard. But currently 2 new point guards for Coach Tanner with McLean and DeGrew. So Cameron Steele's been the communicator on the floor. Really the floor general coming from that forward spot. Misses the free throw. Northern Arizona the 1-point lead. Madden really extending defense on McLaughlin. Ford's been the offense here in the second half. Left this one short. Second chance as Basham comes up with the loose basketball. Now Jackson, he left it short. Volleyed at the rim. Jackson's got it, whistle. I believe a foul call here.
You gotta love how Lumberjacks continue to attack the glass. Multiple opportunities, second, third, fourth. Wildcats really just struggling to box out.
Foul on Iggy Ahon.
That's his second of the game. Turnover number 2.
Again, that's effort and execution. Second chance, third chance opportunities for the visitors. Basham with good position on the inside, off the glass and good.
Carson Basham.
Basham had the spot exactly where he needed to be. Gahan.
He's got 6. NAU continues to stay on top. They've led the majority of the night. Steele has a 3 deflected and a chance to run. Lloyd left side, down the baseline, too strong but fouled. And free throws coming for the Lumberjacks.
I was really surprised they didn't call the foul on Cameron Steele. Looked like there was a little bit of contact at the top of the key. And then Steele is called on the foul on the opposite side. That's an important foul as well. Number 2 for Steele, or excuse me, just number 1 for him. But yeah, Steele just trying to find his shot, only 1 for 5 tonight.
There's Lloyd at the line, misses the first. The son of the head coach of the University of Arizona, the Wildcats, head coach Tommy Lloyd. Of course, Liam again, the transfer from Grand Canyon. He and Iggy Ahon were teammates at GCU, now on opposite benches. Scored 16 in the return to Phoenix versus GCU, and a really nice moment with Coach Bryce Drew, documented on social media when he made his return there to Phoenix. Nice gesture by Coach Drew and the Lopes to take care of Lloyd as he made his return. 1 for 2 at the line. Steele pass stolen again by Lloyd. Campazano though gives it right back into the hands of Cameron. Seat the 3, front rim. Cold shooting continues from deep. 4 for 16 for the Wildcats. And now whistle at the top of the key, and it looks like an offensive foul. Basham with the illegal screen will give it back to the Wildcats. Back and forth we go. NAU still the 4-point lead, under 16 in Abilene. to the Lone Star State in Abilene, Texas. NAU a 4-point lead. Speaking of the Lone Star State, there's some Lone Star State blood for the Lumberjack team. We'll send it down to Jaden West. Jaden?
Hey guys, so today's game is kind of a homecoming for Northern Arizona's CJ Ford, who grew up just down I-20 in Crowley, Texas. The redshirt sophomore guard who played at Duncanville High School said he was looking forward to coming home to play in front of family and friends. CJ said it's challenging to be so far away from home, but that he focuses on the main thing, which for him is basketball. For him personally, he loves being a part of a great group of guys and carrying out his love for the sport of basketball. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Jaden. Yeah, highly impressive, decorated high school career. 3 consecutive state championships there with the Panthers of Duncanville there in the Metroplex. He's on the floor. He's got the ball in his hand. 4-point NAU lead. McLaughlin a look at a 3. Whistle though on the floor, away from the basketball.
Now be on Hunter Jack Madden.
Jackson setting a screen, trying to get McLaughlin open, who has not scored in the second half and hasn't had many looks. Cold shooting continues. Hunter Jack just picked up his 3rd foul. Check out. DeGrew is on the floor. McLaughlin a look, 12-footer left side, no good. Batted out. Another chance. Campazano keeps it alive on the offensive end.
Northern Arizona out-rebounding ACU in this second half, 9-1 in the first 5 minutes.
5 on the shot clock for Lloyd. Ford a shot fake, shot from 12. And Igiehan up high for the rebound.
That's why he's in the game, the size underneath. It's a battle the Wildcats have been losing throughout this game.
Simmons a touch in the paint. Floater from 5 is good. 13 for Simmons.
And his first couple points as well in the second half. Wildcats want to get him going as well in the final 14.
Jackson needs some help, finds 4. NAU has led for more than 20 minutes tonight, but right back to a 1-possession game. Lloyd with a drive. Double team, loses the basketball. Chance to run. Allen ahead of the defense. Layup up and good. We're tied.
They haven't had a lot of fast break opportunities, but Manny Allen knows how to move quickly.
Defense to offense, the last 4 the way of the Wildcats. NAU in a long scoring drought, more than 2.5 minutes. 3 turnovers during that time. Lloyd will try to stop it, and he will. Big 3 right side.
That was a couple feet behind the 3-point line, and that's how he finds his first field goal tonight.
1 for 6 now from the floor, but that's a big dagger 3. Seat will try to answer. Can't on the left side. 1 and done on that trip. McLaughlin on the dribble. Floater too strong and no good. It's the best pace we've seen. Good flow here in the last few minutes. Allen a look at a 3. Got it! Manny Allen's played big off the bench tonight. He's got 10, second Wildcat to double figures. We're tied again. Our 5th tie tonight. Ford blocked at the rim. Last touch by Ford out of bounds. Possession to ACU.
What a rejection from Simmons underneath. Goes out of bounds. That is exactly what gets Tanner fired up courtside for ACU. Staying vertical and off of Ford's knee. It's a big momentum play for ACU at home. 4 turnovers for Northern Arizona in the last 4 minutes. A big shift from what we saw in the first couple of minutes of this second half.
First time we've seen Ali Dibba on the floor in the second half. Bettiol also in. Madden back on the floor. Basham has come back in, as has Armand Mahdi. Madden on a drive. A lot of contact and a foul call.
You mentioned those substitutions, a lot more size out on the floor for both teams, trying to protect the interior. Both of these teams have struggled to shoot the three ball. Both of them under 30%.
Simmons a spin to the baseline with the left hand, up and good. That's 15 for Arion. The Wildcats play with the lead. Fort entry pass and a good one to Basham, who finishes with a foul. Chance for a three-point play. Carson Basham up strong. Under 12 timeout. Basham ties us up half a century apiece. We're tied at 50. Tied at 50, 11:55 to go tonight. Boy, it's been a good one. Here are the Lumberjacks and the Wildcats.
ACU battling. Their go-to has been trying to force turnovers because it has been all about rebounding for Northern Arizona, really winning that category. A big reason why they've led for majority of this game. It all comes down to protecting the basketball for the Lumberjacks.
34 rebounds for Northern Arizona to ACU's 19. But ACU is 17 points off turnovers compared to the Lumberjacks 6. Basham misses the free throw. We're tied for the 6th time tonight, this time at 50. DeGrew, Madden, Bettiol, Simmons, and Debo on the floor. Simmons works through a double team. Lost it, got it back. Blocked from behind by Basham. Bodies on the floor. A foul here on Bettiol.
You like that from ACU with Bettiol crashing inside when he sees Arion Simmons lose it. He immediately crashing in from the top of the key, but just a second too late. The Lumberjacks doing a great job attacking Simmons, who has been red hot over the past several minutes.
McLaughlin's been quiet here in the second half, has not scored since the break. 17 in the first half. Campazano and Jackson, 2 points away from a double-double as Jackson works against DeGrew. 10 on the shot clock. Boyd waits for a screen. Now the entry pass to Basham, whistle, and a foul call. Bettiol had a fistful of jersey for Basham on the backside, and he got caught.
Yeah, foul trouble starting to come a little bit more into picture in the final 11 minutes. Bettiol with 3, Madden with 3, and then Basham with 3 as well, alongside Jackson, who had 3 at the midway break.
And it's team foul number 7 on the Wildcats. So free throws the rest of the way for the Lumberjacks. They're 9 of 11 at the line tonight. Basham 2 for 3. It's a 1-and-1. And he's got it.
The Lumberjacks have had plenty of opportunities at the charity stripe throughout the season, though. They're only shooting 58% as a team. Not the case tonight. They've done a solid job. 82% as a team before that make.
The transfer from Pepperdine hits them both. Diva on the right side. Just 3 points tonight. Simmons to McLean. Back to Diva. Look at a 3, top of the key. Boy, no lift in his legs at all on that shot. He left it short.
And look how quickly they move off of the miss, too.
Campazano, look at a 3, and he's got it. Transition offense again. Campazano buries the 3, and just like that, it's a 5-point lead for NAU.
This has been the go-to for Northern Arizona right after the attack on the miss defensively, hitting the 3-pointer in transition. You gotta love it.
5-point lead for the Lumberjacks on the road. It's a 7-0 run for NAU to take a 5-point lead. Big time 3 on the last possession by Campazano. Just 4 for 15 from deep, but that was a big one.
Yeah, big momentum swing too after trailing. You haven't seen that a whole lot from the Lumberjacks, trailing here in Moody Coliseum tonight, but their response after ACU put together a little run was nothing short of phenomenal.
Foul on the inside. Lloyd will foul Debo down on the inside. Yeah, we were talking during the break, Owen. This one feels like a 15-point game. Here it is at 5. Still 10 minutes and change to play.
Yeah, Northern Arizona dominating in the rebound category. They're shooting better. It's just been the turnovers that have really kept ACU in it.
Lob pass on the inside. Speaking of turnovers, the Wildcats have one. Lob pass to Mashai Hill, too tall. UNA built an 8-point lead late in the first half at 38-30. Wildcats have fought back. They took a 2-point lead, but the last 7 the way of the Lumberjacks. Quick minutes for Mashai Hill as Bettiol off the bench right back in the game. whistle and an offensive foul call. Illegal screen call here on Basham.
Definitely something to keep an eye on with Basham. He's done a great job offensively. 10 points, 5 rebounds, and now picks up his 4th personal. Heads to the bench for at least the next several minutes.
This might be the smallest Lumberjack lineup we've seen on the floor. Basham at 6'10" to the bench. Jackson at 6'4", checks back in.
This is where ACU can't lose the rebound battle. They have the size, no excuses.
Diva driving lane, doesn't get it. Offensive rebound, put back, there it is. Oh, and you called it. Arion Simmons able to get to the rim and finish. He's got 17. Yeah, not a true center on the floor right now for NAU. This, I think all night, this has been the smallest lineup we've seen out on the floor.
This is one of the fastest size-wise for ACU. Hunter Jack Madden, McLean, and Arion Simmons, make no mistake, he has speed in transition.
Lloyd with the dribble. Penetrates, left it short on the left side. Diva on a breakout. Contact, foul call on the floor as Diva finishes, but a late whistle from behind. That's the right call, contact out before the shot. Team foul number 6 on the Lumberjacks as this one called on Jackson.
And a good call there on the floor. If you like the aggressiveness from Diva, that's another 4th foul for Jackson. So again, foul trouble for NAU in the final 9 minutes.
Coach Burkar having to play the substitution game with Basham and Jackson. As soon as Basham picked up 4, there's a 3 from number 4, Kavion McLean. But as soon as Basham picked up number 4, he checked out, as that was just a 2-point shot. Right back, this one too long for Fort. Chance to take the lead for the Wildcats. Great pass, Diva to Simmons, blocked from behind though by McLaughlin. Athletic plays all the way around for both teams. Now the backside, Fort on a backside cut, backdoor cut, and he finishes.
What a response from Northern Arizona, struggling in the fast break, a great block from behind, and a tough shot over Simmons.
And now a foul here on Basham, and I think he's just fouled out of the basketball game. Trying to finish that point from a moment ago. Jackson and Basham were going back and forth. As soon as Basham picked up 4, Jackson came back in. As soon as Jackson picked up 4, Basham came back in, and now Basham has 5. You saw a look there at the block from behind by McLaughlin.
That's so costly for the Lumberjacks to lose one of their better players so early in the second half. 10 points, 6 rebounds. And that's not only that, but just the size and presence he brings out on the court too, so valuable, as we're already starting to see a size disadvantage now for the Lumberjacks.
His night is done. Jackson back on the floor with 4 fouls. Betty all at the line to shoot. Shoot 2, I believe. Nope, check that 1 and 1, but he makes the first. He'll get the backside. Two for 2 at the line. Our 8th tie of the night comes with 8:29 remaining. Campazano top of the key. Fort's got it on the drive. Step back, shot from 18 is good.
Fort up to 11 points.
3rd Lumberjack in double figures. 59-57. Simmons will try to tie us again. Rolls out, no good. Seek the offensive rebound, he's fouled. Under 8 minutes we go. We're going down to the wire tonight in Abilene. It's a good one between the Lumberjacks and the Wildcats.
Foul by number 24, Trent McLaughlin.
I don't know. 59-56, that is the correct score. It is a 3-point spread. We had 57 a moment ago. It's back down to 56. So 59-56 is correct. Hey, let's go courtside. Let's visit with Jaden West on the edge. Jaden?
Is not the case for the 5 international players on this Abilene Christian roster. I talked to junior guard Hunter Madden about his experience in handling not being able to travel home for the holidays. He told me that it is definitely tough, but that the other international guys on the team become their family while overseas. He also said that the ACU community has been so loving as the coaches and professors open up their homes to the players and make their holidays really special. As Hunter has matured, he looks at this as a positive, saying how spending each Christmas with different people has caused relationships to be built that he will cherish forever. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jaden. Of course, Madden, the senior from Sydney, Australia, came with Ted Crass, Ontario Junior College, where Coach Crass was. Hunter Jack was a player there with him. Coach Crass brought him to ACU as well. Now, foul in the backcourt. Kavion McClain got called. We'll walk the floor, 2 free throws on the other end.
Both teams in the bonus down the stretch. This is going to be a long 7 minutes and 44 seconds for both of these teams. And usually in this scenario, if you were coming into tonight's matchup, didn't know the numbers, at least for tonight, the Lumberjacks have really struggled to shoot from the charity stripe as a team, but tonight 11 for 13, really turning the corner.
Just 72% on the year. They missed the front side of the 1-on-1 as Fortin does. Wildcats down by 1. Allen on the drive. Bettiol a touch of the left block. Powers to the lane. He's fouled. And again, more free throws. Campuzano not a fan of that call.
That's only his first personal foul. One of the few players not in foul trouble on other side. And a lot of practice in the charity stripe for both teams now tonight.
Talk about Madden from Australia. Bettiol from Italy. Gets the curse, ties our basketball game up.
Bettiol had 7 free throw attempts on the season entering tonight. This will be number 6 for him tonight.
And he's got them both. Wildcats play with the lead. And a little full court pressure out of the makes. McLaughlin in the paint, lost it. Simmons on a drive, floating shot up and good. Marion's got 19, he leads the way, leads all scores now with 19.
Great job just trying to create any kind of separation fake on the three, and a pump fake out. Beautiful shot.
It's the largest lead of the night for ACU. Fort try to tie it, and he does. Big three, left side. The sophomore out of Phoenix. He's got 14. And now a whistle behind the play. Simmons a little gimpy.
I initially saw him after making that shot. There's that shot from Fort, matching his season high of 14 points. But yeah, Simmons, after making a little floater on the last possession, is limping down the court. Something to keep an eye on as he's now on the bench.
Cameron Steele back on the floor. Tied at 62. Seat with a drive cut off by Lloyd. Find Allen on the baseline. Threw a triple team. Got it up on the rim. Couldn't finish. Lloyd into the front court. This one just has the feel it's going down to the final possession tonight, Owen.
That's how it's felt.
Deflected from behind, loose at the half-court line. Last touch by the Lumberjacks on its way out.
And the physicality continuing to ramp up in the final stretch. Neither of these teams really able to create separation in the scoring column.
Turnover number 18 tonight. ACU with just 8 turnovers. It's been the shooting that's been the woes tonight. 20 of 53, 37%. It's 5 of 18 from deep. But 6 minutes to go. We're tied on the scoreboard. McLean, shot fake, shot up too strong. Foul. I believe Bettiol comes up over the back.
Bettiol picks up his 4th personal foul.
Foul called on the Wildcats on Leonardo Bettiol. That's his 4th of the game.
And fouls aplenty mean free throws aplenty. We walk the floor. It's Liam Lloyd at the line. Lloyd started the year strong. He has 2 double-figure games, the first 2 of the year, 15 at UConn. 16 is season high, career high. He did that versus Grand Canyon. Has not been in double figures since. Free throw make gives the lead back here to Northern Arizona. Point number 5 and point number 6. 64-62.
A mismatch with Cameron Steele and a foul drawn by Ford, who was on Cameron Steele. Honestly, the best thing you can do in that situation, because Cameron Steele could have had an easy 2 points.
Team foul number 10, so it's double bonus now the rest of the way.
That's his 3rd. Cameron Steele at the line.
Wildcats have shot the free throw well tonight. And I just gave the broadcaster jinx.
Of course.
I'll take the I'll take the blame on that one. 17 of now 21 at the line.
And Steele 0 for 2 at the free throw line.
His first 2 misses of the year. He's 7 of 7 coming in until tonight. Makes the second. One-point Lumberjack lead. Allen with the steal, ahead of the defense. Fouled from behind. Hustle foul by Liam Lloyd. As already Allen has 1 steal, breakaway dunk tonight. He'll earn it from the free throw line, but another turnover number 19. Manny Allen just jumps to the passing lane.
Allen has been elusive defensively, and Lloyd just trying to avoid the automatic 2 points. A good foul on the fast break, trying to make ACU earn it.
Allen at the line, left that one short. Allen in double figures with 10, Simmons with 19, McLean has 11. That's a career high. At least here at ACU for McLean. He had 8 versus SFA. He's got 11 tonight. Allen with 10. Make it 11. That matches his season high on the year. Simmons a short breather after he limped off a moment ago. I think he stretched out the calves, got him a drink of water, and he's back on the floor. 64 apiece with 5.5 to go. 9 ties tonight. Lumberjacks have led for 25 minutes. ACU for just 5. We've been tied for 5. Great pass on the inside. Jackson finishes. A double-double for Jackson. 10 points, 11 rebounds. NAU leads by 2.
Yeah, wide open on the opposite side as Simmons went in for a double team and now forcing a turnover.
Fort gets a hand in the passing lane, gets the steal. Well, and I think this comes down to a half-court game the last 5 minutes. Fort on the drive versus McLean, has it knocked out of his hands and a foul call. Fort to steal on the defensive end. Now he'll get a chance to go to the free throw line.
Both sides on offense attacking the paint. You see McLean bringing his hands down, trying to get the steal. And more free throws.
McLean's 3rd foul. Fort at the line makes the 1st. He's got 15. Betty all has 4. McLean now with 3. Madden also with 3. Basham has already fouled out for the Lumberjacks. Jackson has 4 as well. 2 for 2 at the line. Fort has 16 now and a 4-point Lumberjack lead.
Wildcats without a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes. They need to find something with Arion Simmons back out on the floor.
Steele on the right side, finds McLean at the free throw line, and he continues to have the hot hand. Back to a 2-point game.
Great job by McLean. Simmons was bringing a lot of attention underneath the basket, leaving him open at the free throw line.
McLaughlin, who's been quiet here in the second half, put it on the floor, stopped from 12, and he got it. First 2 of the second half in the clutch. Trent McLaughlin, he's got 19.
You can't play much better defense. McLaughlin just on fire in the shooting game tonight.
Allen short on the 3. The Lumberjacks have it right back. Fort top of the key. 1-on-1 with McLean. Spin move. Floater around the rim, falls out. Last touch by the Wildcats. NAU will keep possession. 3:32 remaining. Lumberjacks still on top by 4.
And we have a media timeout.
Arizona a 4-point lead, 70-66. Andy Penny alongside Owen Simpson. And man, Owen, Northern Arizona has just kept ACU at arm's length. Anytime the Wildcats have made a push, NAU's had an answer.
Yeah, they've shot the ball so well, especially in this second half, over 52% from the field. And they're doing a great job at the free throw line as well. That's been their Achilles heel all season. Everything going in favor of Northern Arizona. Let's see if they can close it out.
4-point lead with possession. Lloyd gets into the paint, left a shot short, and a foul call. And if it's on Jackson, not sure who they called it on.
And I think they called it on Manuel Allen.
They're walking the floor to shoot free throws on ACU's end. I think they called it on Jackson. Yeah, I was with you.
Oh, wow.
Jaden Jackson for the Lumberjacks just picked up his 5th foul. And that's his 5th. Coach Burkar will make the substitution. We'll look at the upcoming schedule here for the Wildcats. Again, their next 2 are at home. Howard Payne this Sunday, and then next Sunday, the return of Joe Golding, longtime coach of ACU. That will be a fun one before back on the road, and then conference play comes up.
After that Howard Payne matchup, the schedule only gets tougher down the stretch before conference play begins. This ACU team has been tested throughout non-conference play, and it's going to continue over the next month.
Foul on Jaden Jackson. His night comes to an end with a double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds. McLean makes the first free throw, a chance at the backside. ACU 20 of 25 at the line. Make it 21 of 26. Back to a 1-possession game. Tough pass here, and it's a turnover. Lloyd tried to hit McLaughlin on a backdoor cut. Pass sailed out of bounds. Turnover number 19.
That 19, that number is why ACU is only down 2. Winning the turnover margin by double digits. Rarely do you see a team trailing with that advantage.
Chance to tie or take the lead. Bettiol to McLean. Simmons a touch, right block, up strong with it off the glass and good. We're tied at 70.
That's a big man score for Simmons, 21 points. What a performance.
Our 10th tie tonight. Fort one-on-one with Allen. Out to Ford on the drive. Cut off, deflected. Ball's loose in the paint, whistle. And a jump ball call. Possession faces the Wildcats.
Arion Simmons is fired up. Bringing the energy for the Wildcats, who have trailed majority of the evening at home. Trying to get the crowd fired up in the final 2.5 minutes.
Chance to take the lead. Simmons, lob pass to Seat, knocked away, and then last touch off the fingertips of Seat. Turnover gives it right back to the Lumberjacks.
Arion Simmons knows that was on him, and frankly, I'd like to see Arion attack with how effective and efficient he has been throughout the game tonight.
McLaughlin a touch, whistle before the shot. The officials will come together. Offensive foul call. A legal screen called on Lloyd. That's his 3rd.
And Lloyd still wanting a clarification. He doesn't like the call, nor did the entire bench for Northern Arizona. Regardless, ACU gets the ball.
No free throws on an offensive foul, just change of possession. 2 minutes tonight, a tie basketball game. See if Simmons gets a touch on the inside. Bettiol, there's the entry pass. Simmons off the glass. And one, chance for a 3-point play.
You feed the hot hand. On the last possession, Simmons was trying to force it inside on a pass. Instead, this time, feeding to the hot hand and a three-point play opportunity.
We mentioned it earlier, 6'5" and 265 is just too hard to guard. Lloyd tried at 6'5", but just 190. And Simmons, the position, able to get it off the glass, and now a chance for the N1 with 23 points tonight. Rattles out. And last touch by ACU on its way out.
And Arion Simmons gingerly walking down the court again. He's been banged up. He was banged up entering tonight's matchup, trying to endure the pain and keep the Wildcats on top for the final 2 minutes.
Coach McCarr has called a timeout for the Lumberjacks. 72-70 on a night thus far where Northern Arizona has led for 27.5 minutes. ACU's only led for 4 minutes. We've been tied for 6.5. Here we are with 1:45 left, Owen, and on a night like tonight, it's just scratch and claw and see if we can get out of here with a win, and that's where we are with 1:45 left.
You have to love the grit that Northern Arizona has brought in the final stretch of this second half with two of their key players fouling out early, and they're taking a look to see if it was out on ACU as called off of the missed free throw.
The officials are taking a look. You can see the same vantage point that the officials have. The call on the floor was last touched by the Wildcats. While the officials take a look, we'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Lumberjacks. Again, on their way to San Antonio for a game this weekend at Incarnate Word. They will not go home in between. They'll bust to San Antonio tomorrow, then play on Saturday. Another WAC opponent in Southern Utah, and then Big Sky is around the corner for the Lumberjacks. Picked to finish 8th in the conference, but again last year made a run all the way to the conference championship.
And it's a great way to get back on track and know the expectation with a tough road schedule and a lot of road games in non-conference play. As the call will stand, so it'll stay with Northern Arizona.
Possession arrow in the favor of the Lumberjacks. Both teams in the double bonus. Shoot 2 free throws the rest of the way. Fort will run the show. 4 cross look on the baseline. McLaughlin picked up by Allen. The hot hand in the first half was 17. He'll fire from 3 and got it, top of the key. Lumberjacks lead with 1:20 to go.
He knew it was going in right after he let it loose. That is his shot, his second three-pointer of the night.
22 for McLaughlin. McClain on a backdoor cut. Too strong. Allen an offensive rebound. Back up strong, he missed. Free throws coming for the senior. Back to the free throw line.
And Simmons still battling. Looks like this left leg. 2 big free throws, the biggest free throws of the night thus far coming up for Arion Simmons.
4 for 5 at the line tonight. 23 for number 23. 24 is on the board. We're tied again. Our 11th tie. Second free throw, good as well. ACU 74, Northern Arizona 73. Simmons inching close to his season high. He's tied it with 25.
And he heads to the bench as well. Still battling that leg injury.
Leonardo Bettiol back on the floor. Fort with the dribble right side. An NAU timeout. 74-73 with 51.4 to go. We saw in the last possession, it was a huge three by Trent McLaughlin. I would only have to think that he'll at least get a touch. The offense runs through him on the remainder of this possession.
Yeah, I think you have to do that. Fort back and forth with McLaughlin, both of them in double figures scoring. And for ACU, it's been all about Arion Simmons in the scoring. Now with his questionable return in the final 51 seconds, you have to find someone else. You have to find a hot hand. Kavion McLean has done a great job. Manny Allen has done a solid job as well. Both of them also in double figures. But for Northern Arizona, you have to keep feeding the hot hand with McLaughlin. I think that is the go-to option on this possession.
McLaughlin been streaky tonight, scored 2 points in the first 10 minutes, then 15 over the course of the backside of the first half, had 17 at the half. Relatively quiet in the second half until here as of late, the last possession, a three at the top of the key. He's got 22. 4 in double figures for the Lumberjacks, 3 in double figures for the Wildcats. McLaughlin 22, Fort 16. Jackson and Basham both with 10. They've both fouled out. Simmons with 25 to lead the Wildcats. McLean has 15. Allen has 11.
And Simmons back out on the floor after icing that left calf during the timeout. You have to love how he is leaving everything out on the court. And the final 51 seconds.
15 on the shot clock as Fort has the dribble. Going left. Shot fake, shot up, shot good. Lumberjacks lead. Fort's got 18.
Beautiful hesitation, up to 18 points for Fort. And as ACU calls timeout.
Now Brett Tanner's chance to call up a play. What a drive by Fort. Had a screen if he wanted to penetrate right. Decides to penetrate left. Gets to the paint, shot fake, shot up, shot good.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to win the size matchup underneath the basket with Simmons. Got Simmons to jump on the pump fake. And he's done it so many times tonight as well. Looks so comfortable inside the paint despite the size disadvantage. He's battled at just 5'10". The sophomore playing more like an experienced veteran.
All right, Owen, now it's the Wildcats' chance to put something together. I can only think Arion Simmons will get a touch here on the offensive end.
But that's the question. We continue to see his calf getting stretched out as he's sitting down. Is he good enough to take it inside? Because if not, you need to find something else. McLean, we mentioned him. He's up to 15 points, an efficient 6 for 8 shooting. Simmons has got to be your go-to option. If he's able to be out on the floor, you have to feed the hot hand.
Name of the game has been get the ball into the paint, though. 26 points tonight in the paint. 23 of 29 at the free throw line. Simmons, Madden, Bettiall, McLean, and Allen, the 5 for the Wildcats. Rockwall Reynolds is on the floor here for the Lumberjacks to play some defense.
The Wildcats don't have to rush anything. Even if you don't get a score here, you can foul and get the ball back in a one-possession game. Don't need to force anything.
Now a whistle. And I believe a kick ball here at the top of the key.
And Simmons looks like he's cramping up on his calf.
Well, that left calf just giving him all sorts of havoc here in the second half. Well, the Wildcats are doing everything they can to try to keep Simmons on the floor. But here comes Cameron Steele to check in. We've seen it the last 2 or 3 times. During timeouts, Arion's been getting treatment on that calf. He's off of the floor, but not at the bench yet.
And they're finally going to let him help him carry him off.
Brett Tanner told us yesterday when we talked to him that Arion would be a game time decision. Nursing that calf injury. Valiant effort tonight with 25 points on the board. New shot clock after the kick basketball. 20 on the reset shot clock. Cameron Steele, a shot off the bench. Left it short, no good. Whistle. Foul here on the Wildcats. It's Bettyall up over the top. Bettyall is now fouled out. Will walk the floor, and Rockwell Reynolds will shoot free throws.
After Simmons went out, I like the quick attack off the inbounds. Doesn't fall for ACU, but they still have an opportunity after these free throws. Obviously not at full strength, but that's been Northern Arizona's problem as well. 2 players fouled out, and they've had to rely on some reserves to keep them in this game on the road. It's a tough atmosphere. All the travel they've fared throughout this season, it's got them ready for this moment.
And the freshman Rockwell Reynolds at the line. Has not scored tonight, 6 of 10 at the line for the season. Clutch here at the end, he's got the first. Shot clock is off with 26.2. Free throw, back iron this time, 2-point game. Here's McLean.
If McLean has an opportunity, I'd take it inside.
Madden driving the paint, a lot of contact and a foul call. Free throws coming for Hunter Jack Madden. Hunter Jack, the shooting has not been there for him tonight, at least from the field. But a chance to tie the game at the free throw line. Just 2 points tonight, 2 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, one of their better free throw shooters, 80% on the season.
First one on the way is good. Substitution here, Seat for Steele. Offense, defense, substitution. Second free throw. We're tied again. 12th tie tonight. Comes at 76 with 13.3 left. And an NAU timeout. Back and forth we go. We called it earlier. Come down to the last possession tonight. NAU will have the first chance.
I think you called it tonight. We knew how close this game was throughout the entire stretch. Great responses by both teams. When it looked like one team was about to pull away, the other responded, coming out of a timeout, media timeout. Doesn't matter. They did a great job responding and battling adversity. And now both teams battling adversity with fewer numbers. Banged up ACU, a couple players fouling out for Northern Arizona. Now it all comes down to the final 13 seconds. Lumberjacks have a lot of options they could go with. McLaughlin obviously sticks out at 22 points. But they can still feed Ford as well.
Yeah, Ford's been successful with the dribble penetration here in the second half. And both teams in double bonus, so any sort of contact gets you to the free throw line. 14 lead changes, 12 ties. Comes down to the last 10 seconds. Fort with the dribble, top of the key. 6 on the clock. Fort into the paint, shot. No good, the tip is up and good. Diego Campazano at the horn. The Lumberjacks will leave Abilene with a 2-point win. The officials will take a look. The Fort jumper was short. Campazano, the flying in tip well before the red light and the horn. Northern Arizona is going to have this confirmed and get out of Abilene with a win.
And one more look at it, plenty of time. That was the story throughout the night, the rebound battle. Northern Arizona dominated throughout the evening, and they finished 44-28 in the rebound battle. Number 44, though, was the difference of the night. A big win on the road for the Lumberjacks.
Competitive game throughout. 4 in double figures for the Lumberjacks. 3 in double figures for the Wildcats. What a finish. 78-76. Northern Arizona gets the win. Hey, this has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live. They're archived on the ESPN app. Until next time, for Owen Simpson, Jaden West, Chris Jarrett, and the entire crew, I'm Andy Punney. So long. Take care from Abilene, Texas.